good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is our second episode of Live with Liz, and today we are in Berkeley County with W International. And I have with me the president, Jim Logan, and I have the CAO, Michelle Fowler. And I'll just say I'm a broken record, but if you haven't seen Michelle, heard Michelle, spoken with Michelle, you will, and this won't be the only time. She's absolutely everywhere. I'm in awe of all that she does. So we're excited to be here today to speak with the company and learn more about what is going on at W, what they're looking for, their positions, what the company culture is like, benefits, all of that stuff. We're also going to be taking some of your questions at the very end. So start plugging those in as you have them, and we'll read them when we're done with all of the other things that we're going to discuss today. But we'll go ahead and start. We're going to start with Jim here, who I said is the company president. And you're going to give us a little bit of information on why W is here and why you chose South Carolina. And we're excited to have you. So
great. Well, thank you. So good morning. So W International started off as an automotive firm in the 1980s. We then transitioned to support armored vehicles in the 1990s. And then most recently in 2018, we moved down to South Carolina. And we've really started a defense industry contracting business.
Very good. And so W here in Berkeley County, you are focusing on shipbuilding, is that correct?
Correct.
Correct. And what is it about shipbuilding that W is so passionate about?
So first and foremost, I think it's an honor to serve our country, and the product that we manufacture directly impacts our freedom and our safety. And so it's very easy to want to support that industry. And then secondarily, we love the challenge. Every day in shipbuilding and supporting the United States Navy is like chasing perfection, and it's just something that we're completely addicted to.
Absolutely. And this is going to be some long-term jobs, long-term careers. We're talking 30 plus years down the line.
That's right. So the United States Navy just entered a new era where we're starting to replace the Ohio-class submarines with Columbia-class while also supporting Virginia. And then we're also continuing to build aircraft carriers at the same pace. And so we're picking up our ship production. And what's occurred is essentially now we've got 30 years ahead of us where we'll be supporting a very robust industry.
Yeah, very, very exciting. A lot of work being done here in Berkeley County. Very exciting. Thank you, Jim. So we're going to pivot and talk to Michelle and ask a little bit about what positions you do have here and how many are you currently at? How many are employed today?
So first of all, thank you for this opportunity to get us more out there in the public to really get the branding and the opportunity notification out there. So today, after basically a little over 2.5 years of being in production, we're at 376 employees. Mm-hmm. We're growing at rapid paces now based on the new book of business that we've been awarded recently. We've also got in that 376, 44 brand new weld students. We do have our welding school open now that gets you your NAVC qualifications to work at W International. So we're very proud of that. Getting out into the community first and foremost to make sure that everybody knows and understands the opportunities that are available here. They range from welding students to weld trainees, those just coming out of those technical colleges or a 2-year program in high school. We're looking for you. We're looking for you to partner up and let us help you build your next 30 years career here at W International.
Very good.
So also engineering, we're going to be doing some more onboarding over the next couple years for specific engineering, whether it's weld engineering, manufacturing engineer, or design engineer. Those opportunities will come later on in the next couple years also. Right now we're full in those positions. So it's really welders, fitters, supervisors, instructors. I'm still looking for a couple really good instructors. We've currently got 9 instructors, of which 7 of them were promoted from our frontline employees that came in as welders or welder-fitter combos.
Very good. I'm going to ask a few more questions about the welding program, but so you're at 376 employed today.
Yes.
And what is the end goal? How many do you need to be at?
So over the next 5 years, our anticipated needs range up to 1,500 employees. We will have a back shift or second shift. Some people call it differently, but we will have a smaller staffing that'll be on the back shift as part of that 1,500 employees.
Very good. And how many of those 1,500 do you know have to be welders?
Well, between welders, fitters, that combination, probably about 700 to 800 of them for our workforce.
Yep. That's great. And so that leads us now to this welding program, which just started in October, mid-October.
Correct.
You had an open house on October 2nd, which went extremely well, extremely well. Can students that maybe didn't make it to that first open house or didn't know about it yet, are you going to host another one here maybe next year, or what are your plans for doing that again?
Yeah, the first one was very, very successful because of partners like you that were here to assist us and make sure that we got in as many people as possible and processed. So right now we are full through the end of February with students. We will be having and hosting another open house on a smaller basis. Also, next month, starting in December, you can also apply online, and as we get groups of 30 or 40, we will be bringing them in to process them on a Friday or Saturday.
That's great. I'm glad you said that because I've been asked, how do I get into this welding program?
Yep.
I've said, contact me or reach out to W, but I'll get you in contact with who you need to speak with. So that's great. So this welding program, if we could just keep, I'm really excited about this.
I am.
My next career is probably going to be a welder here at W. But I really like that it's an 8-week program, and correct me if I'm wrong, so it's an 8-week program. You're hired by W. Not only are you getting free training for those 8 weeks, AM or PM class,
Correct.
But you're on the payroll.
Yeah, so what we do is we want to make sure that the students are set up for success. You need gas money to get here. We've got a lot of skin in the game. We need you to be consistent and show up, and we know that some people are having to supplement some of their income to be able to be here to really learn a new skill. There's a huge range of a diverse population between the age of about 19 to 27 that didn't quite go to a technical school yet or haven't really found their passion, but they found out that they really enjoy working with their hands. So within that population, at the first open house, we attracted and tested 236 individuals that were approved to go through all of the testing. So once you're approved, then what we do is we grade you based on your skill set of 5 different exercises during the open house. You then get an offer from us, whether it's day school or night school. We do try to go off your preference and give you the night school or the day school if you want that. You're onboarded at 8 weeks at $12 an hour. Upon completing that certification program that allows you to be eligible to work for W International, you're then moved to an $18 an hour position, front-loaded with full benefits. So in an 8-week period, your life can really change with your dedication and passion.
Absolutely. And W provides all of the materials,
Yes, ma'am.
supplies, PPE.
PPE, your boots, your weld hood, your gloves, your weld jacket, all the materials are supplied for you.
And if you've never welded, we will teach you all the basics. So we'll bring you in, we'll teach you how to set up your weld machines, how to set your parameters, how to read weld data sheets, preheat, back gouging, everything. So don't be intimidated. If it's something you're interested in exploring, come check us out, test yourselves, and it's a great career. It's been a passion of mine since I was a kid.
And it's a great company. One thing that Michelle has spoken about, Ed Walker, the company owner, has spoken about, has really just been company culture. This is a family company, a family business, and there's been a big focus and push on that. One of the things Michelle has said in the past is, if you want to come out and you have a can-do attitude and you're going to show up on time every day, that's really some of what you're looking for.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
mean,
big
that's,
part.
yeah, honestly, it's 80% of the requirement is your attitude and your willingness to commit to work on a small team. Yes, we're going to be a very large organization, but the way that the work is structured, you still work in a small team. So the dependability and the can-do attitude are 2 requirements that we just cannot do without. Everything else, we can teach you. We're committed to you. We're committed to the community here. We want to build the workforce from local. We don't want to go outside of local area to build this workforce.
That's great. So outside of the can-do attitude and other things that we've talked about, what kind of skills do you need? What kind of skills, if I wanted to come in and get a job as a welder, obviously,
Sure.
I need to have some kind of welding training. But what other skills are you looking for?
As far as anybody coming in for training, you have to be 19 years or older, and then you also have to have a high school or equivalent GED obtained. Outside of that, really being a U.S. citizen are the only 3 requirements that we have, okay? We will bring you in, we'll put you on a virtual reality welder to make sure that you're comfortable and that you understand exactly what welding is all about. That's where, everybody that went on that machine, if you're a gamer or you're a phone person, you're going to excel at welding. You are using your hands and your eye-hand coordination. So that is really the key things is as long as you enjoy working with your hands, you're going to want to give welding a try. If you haven't already found your passion. Everything that we do pretty much here at W International, there are no robotic welding. Everything is hand done. This is NAVC welding. The quality is critical here. So everything that you do, your backing and your quality and your reputation has to go behind it.
Very good. Very exciting. So, Michelle, can you tell us what it is, or Jim, either one of you, why would somebody want to come work at W? What is it about W? You want?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
saw your hand go up.
yeah, I'm like, why wouldn't you? We're a company, we're not perfect, we're not for everyone. But we are a company that sees a great need in the community here, Berkeley County especially, where there is a large demographic of underemployed individuals. We get to help change people's lives and give them the training to have a long-term career. We've got individuals that came to us right out of high school or a technical school taking welding on. They are now supervisors. One is a junior instructor. Several of them have gone into quality. We are a very young, fast-growing company that offers a lot of opportunities that are long-term.
Very good.
So I won't share my list of 100 reasons, but I will give you a few. And it starts with, what are you supporting? You're supporting our nation, the freedom of our country.
Yep.
And if you really like a complex challenge, there's nothing more difficult than building Navy ships. Our requirements are the highest and most difficult there are. We build critical components. It doesn't get more challenging. And if you love to chase excellence, you want to be more than just a number in an organization. You want to get to know your fellow workers and know their names and really chase perfection every day. This is where you belong.
Absolutely. Thank you. And one thing I want to make sure we do touch on is you're a second chance employer. So what does that mean to W? What does that mean in general? There may be people watching that aren't aware of what that means.
Well, it means a lot to W to be able to support second chance employees. Basically for the community here, like any other community, not everybody's perfect. We all have a little bit of a past in some way, shape, or form. As long as you do not have a violent crime on your record, we are a great choice for a second chance. We also heavily support South Carolina Vocational Rehab. We have 2 welders that are wheelchair welders that one after 20 years decided, I can't find my niche. He wound up going to welding school. He is an exemplary welder with us. The other one is young. He's only been in a wheelchair for about 6 years. He's found his niche. Neither one of them ever have a bad day. It's a blessing and an inspiration to be able to have them.
Absolutely.
Basically.
Yeah. So can you talk a little bit more on your benefits, pay rates, that kind of thing? Those are probably questions that they haven't come through that we will probably be answering. So if we could just touch on that.
Sure. So our benefits are very competitive with the marketplace. We are a growing organization. So as far as healthcare, we do go back to the table and renegotiate every year. As our volume of employees, family members grow, we get to push down the rates a bit more each year. So we're excited about that. We made a significant improvement last year where single individuals were able to obtain free Blue Cross Blue Shield. That's one of our plans. That's a significant savings. We also offer dental and vision. We also have a 401k match that will grow each year as we get profitable. We also have a car buying program with Ford. So we're excited about that. Not too many people are using it right now because there's not too many cars on the lot, unfortunately. And then let's talk about pay. So everybody's resume and qualifications are assessed individually. So there is no, specific mark. What I will tell you is that we are extremely competitive. We want to pay you your worth and keep you here long term. So we make sure, our turnover is very small. Mm-hmm. We're at about, for the last year and a half, at about 4.5% attrition. That is an extremely low attrition. Why is that? Because we try to listen all day, every day to the employees and what the needs are, address the needs, and making sure that we're paying attention to what the marketplace value is.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you didn't mention this, but I will. You do food trucks, which
Yes.
I'm always excited about. But you do, that's a small thing, but that's a great perk.
No, so Whitney, one of our great assistants, she works very hard and now has an incredible following. We have 4 food trucks a week. So Monday through Thursday, we have food trucks here. We have great new cafeteria facility. The food trucks come on board here and they're literally standing in line. We have now up to a 4-month wait. Food trucks wanting to come back here. So that's exciting. We also have once a month, we celebrate everyone's birthday for that month and then work anniversaries, and we do pizza for the entire staff once a month.
Absolutely, and it's really those little things that kind of make you feel part of the family and make you excited and energized to come to work. In addition to, like you said, you've promoted from within, which who doesn't love that, when you can see a career path down the road, like you said. Yeah,
I mean, 35 years ago, we're in the buildings where General Dynamics was. They built portions of the Seawolf here. So as far as the shipbuilding business, it was one of the largest employers in all of Charleston. Since then, a lot of the schools have taken out the welding curriculum, which I'm working hard to get them back in because I need them. But also, just making sure that we contribute to the community here local is a constant focus. It benefits us and it benefits the community.
Absolutely, absolutely does. So we're going to pivot just a little bit and now talk about the recruitment. So you may or may not have heard of W International, but now you're being introduced if you had not in the past. Ready SC has been partnering with them since 2018, since before they were even here.
Yeah.
We flew up to Michigan. Howard White and I flew up to Michigan mid-2018 and kind of took a little tour of what was going on to learn more about the company and what you were going to do here. And we saw this building we're in right now when it was just a shell of a building.
Dilapidated.
And it was Michelle running around wearing about 12 different hats, and to see what it is now, it's really impressive. I was telling some of the team about this earlier. Really impressive work. So Ready SC has been helping to recruit for forklift, machinists, quality, welders, and fitters. And if you're interested and do apply, what our typical process is, if you go through our site, sctechjobs.com, you would apply through our website. We partner with the Department of Employment and Workforce, SC Works. They screen the applicants to W's minimum qualifications, and they send that list to us, which we just shoot over to Michelle and her team here to bring them in for interviews or screening. And then they're onboarded, but we do a welder workmanship training. And we actually have a class going, I think right below us, there's a class going on right now.
There is.
And some of our instructors are in there with some of your new team, and there's going to be a class next week. But that's really what it is. But I do remember in the beginning, you were getting resumes under the door, people showing up.
Yeah.
It was. We're not the only route, of course, but there were people coming in from everywhere.
Yeah. No, but Ready SC is the best route because they can give you that preliminary once through, prioritize you with us. They have a great microsite that represents W International. So please, apply online, come by for a tour, reach out to us. We'd love to give you a tour. We do tours by the classfuls here within the schools. I think I've got another one Friday and this Friday. So if any of the high schools are listening, please come by and bring your weld students so that they can see in reality, real time, what a first-class organization in manufacturing represents. Right down to our employees, what we have for the welders, the fitters, the supervisors, the quality people. We have the most state-of-the-art technology with respect to all of your equipment and machining. We want to make sure that every obstacle is out of your way so that you can truly do what your craft is. Safety is our number one. We talk about culture. Safety is number one. And that's personal safety. Be your brother's keeper, just like you are at home. You're not going to let your little sister or your mama jump off a bridge. Don't let them do it here. We have a great uniform program that the employees really respect and appreciate. Everyone that needs a FR uniform gets 11 Carhartt uniforms. We do the laundry for them on a week-over-week basis. So yeah, it's just really all about us. We were the great recipients, and maybe Jim can go into a little bit more of this. We were the incredible recipients of some great funding that has allowed us to really take the buildings and the machines and all the equipment to the highest level state of the art to support the Navy shipbuilding. And maybe Jim, you want to go over a little bit of that?
Yeah, so that's a great point. So when we moved into the site in 2018, it had been vacant for quite a few years with very low activity. And we were lucky enough to receive 2 grants, one through supplier development funding for $25 million and another through Defense Production Act for $55 million. And with that funding, we've renovated the site. And so what you'll find is a site that was relatively mothballed looks almost brand new. And it's a world-class facility. It's hard to find facilities like this. There's very few of them in the country, let alone the world. And so based on the height of our building, which is roughly 200 feet, 175 feet under hook, and direct access to the Cooper River, we can essentially build anything as large as our customers want and ship it anywhere in the world at the same time. So very good capabilities.
Absolutely. And the building is huge. You can see it over the trees as you are driving down the street to get to W.
Or coming up the Cooper River.
Yeah. Or if you're floating down the river.
Bridge.
Right. Just, pop off and say hi. But that's great. So one thing I do want to mention before we switch to my last question is your work schedule. It's 4/10s if I understand correctly. So if you could, do you want to talk about that for just a second? Because I find that to be a benefit, so others probably will as well.
Yeah, so what we've got right now is we've got 4/10s, and that's for the facility out here. Basically, it's 6 to 4:30, Monday through Thursday. We do normally have a skeleton staff here on Friday and a much smaller staff on Saturday, based on whatever our delivery dates and the needs are. Our weld students actually do 5 days a week, and they do 8 hours. 10 hours is a little much to put them through the schooling.
Sure.
So that is a Monday through Friday for the weld students. It's 6 to 2:30, or if you're an evening student, it's 3 to 11:30.
Perfect. Thank you so much for clarifying that as well. And my last question before we switch over to the live Q&A is going to be, can you just share what your experience working with Ready SC has been? Only the good stuff, though. Michelle. Don't. No.
Honestly, it's been all good. I've called Liz with some pretty crazy ideas and some 911s of, hey, I need you here, I need you to do this. But pre-COVID, we were on a really good schedule of really doing open houses here and job fairs. They show up. If I say I need you here at 6 a.m., they're here at 5:30 in the morning. They are very consistent. They're very dependable. The microsite that we work with, they on a steady basis, every single month, I'm getting every applicant after they've already pre-screened them. So it makes it, much more efficient for us to know that all of those applicants have been pre-screened. And so it's been a great partnership. We hope to continue building on it. As far as just helping to brand W, they've helped us with the billboards, they've helped us with mini commercials, they've helped us with, obviously, with Facebook now.
Radio.
But for radio, oh yeah, we're usually blowing up the radio. I think we have a new one coming out in January. But it's an organization that truly cares about not just the employers that are coming into the community, but the actual people that live in the community. So it resonates close to my heart what she does, and the whole company.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
And a shout out to Howard, too. We wish you were here.
He's going to love that. I think he's home watching today. So, well, that's great. So we're going to switch over to the Q&A if we've gotten any questions in.
Are you letting people know if they are selected or not?
Okay, the question was, are you letting people know if they've been selected or not? I'm guessing this is for a screening question for those that have applied. Yes, okay.
Yeah, so it's probably for the weld school. So what we do is once they apply for the weld school, the 236 that we had in, within 72 hours, they were notified if they were A, B, or a C, and then who was selected for day school or night school. So everybody has been notified.
So if they've, on the other hand, if they've applied to be a welder or a fitter
Absolutely.
or quality, they're being
Yes.
notified as well. Okay,
So-
great.
So whether it's a welder, fitter, quality, forklift, whatever position that it is, let's just go through real quick a couple of them. So
Yeah.
welders come in, we are open Monday through Thursday. Any experienced welder or graduate from a tech school or a high school program can come in at 6:30 a.m., no appointment needed, Monday through Thursday, and take a 3G pulse spray MIG test with us, okay? You will know by the next day whether or not you pass that, okay? As far as the fitter assessment, those come in and they know, they can also come at 6:30 in the morning. They will actually know that day if they passed.
Very good.
And I would say too that don't limit yourself to just pulse spray. We know
Yeah.
that's a new application for the area. It's very driven by Navy needs. And so if you're familiar with gas tungsten arc welding, TIG, MIG welding, flux core, any of those, stop by. We run every process you can imagine, so there's probably a fit for you somewhere.
Great. Any others?
Yeah, just let us know when you do come by if you're not experienced, because the pulse spray MIG is our normal test, but we do have a large population that is going into the flux core. That just gives them an opportunity to come on board, get more time under the hood, and then we can transition, and we do all the training and certifications here on site to get you up to that pulse spray MIG if that is a desire.
Very good. Thank you.
Do you have a microsite address?
Yes.
Yes. Do we have a microsite address? So yes, you can actually go to SC Tech Jobs, and on the very top there is a button that says W International, and that'll take you directly to our microsite, or into the other ones as well.
And what is your mask or vaccine policy?
What is your mask or vaccine policy? This is a hot topic.
Yeah. So we have been trying very, very diligent and very hard to make sure that all employees have access to the vaccine if they wish to have it. We've had them right down here at our Cooper River partners, and we allow the people to leave work, go get your vaccination, and come back to work and, you know, have the time off that is needed to get vaccinated if that is your choice. We've built 2 brand new cafeterias to ensure safe distancing, and we practice the safe distancing within all of our work areas and conference rooms. And we've actually doubled our staffing. As we grow, we'll continue to add staffing, but we've doubled our staffing with respect to the janitorial needs also. Making sure that bathrooms are clean, doorknobs are clean, tables are clean, you know, making sure that anything that is being touched is constantly being wiped.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. And I think that's all we have for now. If y'all are interested in learning more, please reach out to me, reach out to Michelle. Again, all the job positions can be found at sctechjobs.com, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.